Facebook just launched a new influencer marketing tool, and it should disrupt the entire industry. One of the really cool features that I see them doing that no one else is doing is allowing you to boost the posts of the influencer. So normally when you hire an influencer to do a post, they post it, and whatever reach it gets is, and likes and engagement is whatever it gets. With Facebook, you could actually go to the post and it's all automatically done and boost it yourself. So now you're not just limited to the influencer's audience, you could go broad as well, which is really cool. And on top of that, it also makes it better for the influencers because now they're going to get more reach for everyone that does this. And I don't know why you wouldn't do it because it's coming straight from the influencer. It's not even coming from your brand directly. That's cool. So this kind of native influencer tool is really, really good, and people are going to have a hard time dealing with it. Next up is The Future, who just released a deep dive on branding with Marty Neumeier, who is kind of like the king of branding and wrote like these really amazing books that you may have heard of, like The Brand Gap. And I'll play a little clip and I'll leave a link below if you want to see more of it.
So a brand is like a reputation, right? So it's your business reputation, and everyone's going to be a little bit different about what that reputation is. And that's okay as long as you've got it corralled mostly where you want it and that it's beneficial to the company.
Fortnite just launched a dance contest where the winner also gets their dance in the game, and marketers are praising this like crazy. It's showing up in my Twitter feed nonstop. And here's one example. This might be one of the smartest and most well-executed partnerships that I've seen in a while. And he's right. And I was thinking about it, like what makes this so good is that Fortnite is kind of known for its dancing. Like you see kids do their dances all the time. They do, I think it's called the floss, and like that move became famous from Fortnite. And TikTok is a dancing video, so you kind of see how they go hand in hand. And that kind of makes me think, like, how can we as marketers pair our businesses with other natural partnerships better? And I was thinking about a friend who owns a plant company, and what would be natural for them. Maybe she partners with real estate agents who sell a house and give a plant to a new buyer. That's kind of natural, right? Because, you know, the house is going to be somewhat empty, and go from there. And so I think the key takeaway from this campaign is not so much that it's special because we see contests all the time, but the way they did the partnership so naturally is what made it special. TikTok for dancing, Fortnite known for its dancing. How can we create more of those in our marketing campaigns? There was also a really good article about the rate of change in marketing and technology, and how I'm sure you've heard that everything's moving so fast and it's hard to keep up. And he goes through all these quotes, like right here where this quote says, "Because of the explosive power of exponential growth, the 21st century will be equivalent to 20,000 years of progress at today's rate of progress," which is fast. And then he brings on even more just like that quote, and then he basically disproves it with data. And one of the things that he found was a lot of these charts that you see about the rate of change, they're not equally measured. As in, he's saying right here, the chart botches the basic rules of apples to apples comparison. The gauge for telephones, radio, and TV appear to be the number of US households, that's key, with that technology, while the internet, Facebook, and Angry Birds numbers include users of all types. So he brings in a lot of good information and kind of calms everyone down about the rate of change and saying it's the same as it always has been, and we need to focus on our fundamentals over adopting what's new. And I think it's a great point. It's worth a read. I'll leave a link below. And now that we're talking about fundamentals, I also want to bring up one of my favorite ads by Porsche. It's just pure font, pure copywriting, and it has such an impact. Nobody's perfect, and then first place, second place, third, Porsche. It's such an awesome ad. I always come back to this for inspiration. And they also have another one here, which is Porsche separates Le Mans from Le Boys. It's awesome. And so one of the things that I've seen lately is people trying to get back to the creative part of marketing. We were obsessed with A/B testing and data and all of that. Now we're kind of going back to creative focus and mixing it with the data, which is how it should be. And one of the places I still see a lot of people lacking is in copywriting. And if you go back to these old advertisements, the copywriting was everything. And speaking of copywriting, I'll leave you with my favorite font from the week, which I actually purchased myself. It just has this kind of style to it, and you can see companies using similar fonts these days. Like this was on packaging, and then this, of course, on packaging again. And they have so much style. They're just kind of classy. And I'm kind of obsessed with these fonts right now. Thought I'd share this one. It's called Rylan. There'll be a link below, of course. And thank you for watching. Till next week.